Yo guys, what's up? Sure Goblin here, and on today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit interesting today. So, as you guys know, I recently got me a book, Stallion of the Cimarron. Now, before I get into this, I want to first let YouTube know that this is not my book. I did not write this book, do not own this book. Well, I mean, own it by, what I mean by own it is I did not write it or publish it or whatever. I'm just reading this to see if my viewers like it and want to try something new. So, before we get into this book, I want to let you guys know that this movie is still, to this day, one of my favorite childhood movies. I still watch it every once in a while. I don't watch it as much as I used to back when I was a kid. Back when I was a kid, I would watch it for hours. And I enjoyed the music. I still love the soundtrack from Bryan Adams and Hans Zimmer, and I love the story about this horse who tries to regain his freedom after being captured and meets several people and several other horses and stuff, and starts to learn that some humans are bad, but then there are some humans that are not, and some that are good. And he tries to work on gaining his freedom. So, but this is a book I got. It is a used book, but it is in fairly good condition. And actually, it's in good condition, considering the fact this book came out in 2004, which is the year I came to America. And so I am going to read it, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. I will be showing you guys the pictures, as you guys can see right there. So I hope you guys will sit back and enjoy. And let me know if you guys have ever watched Stallion of the Cimarron. Alright, here we go. And this thing is actually $15 in the US and $23.50 in Canada. So, but nowadays, considering the fact this book is so old, I mean, it's quite impossible to find one of these books. Anyway, the story of the American West has never been written from the saddle of a horse, but it's never been told from the heart of one until now. Spirit, a festive young Mustang, is born to a wild herd that ran free over the open, unsettled plains. The colt loved to race over and explore his homeland and wide blue sky and endless grass. As he grows into a brave stallion and leader of his herd, he is sure that his way of life will go on forever. But there is a strange new creature in his homeland, humans, who want to make it their own. Horse wranglers capture Spirit, begin his journey into the world of man. Cavalry soldiers and railroad builders try to break the wild horse, but the stallion has tremendous determination and need for freedom that no one can contain. Though bravery, cunning, and unexpected friendship with an American Indian boy, Spirit finds his way home once again, showing his captors that part of the West can never be tamed. The combined talents of master storyteller David and noted Western painter William McGowan have contributed to this stirring tale, a companion book to the DreamWorks film. And that's just the thing right there. So, anyway, and here's the first picture, which is of Esperanza and Spirit. So, in the old American West, a little Mustang named Spirit was born. He was so bold and curious that when his mother Esperanza wasn't grooming him lovingly, she would scold the young colt for being so reckless. His friends would watch wide-eyed as Spirit nosed up to other animals, even grave and funny-looking buffalo. He galloped after the eagle, too, as they soared through the brilliant skies. The mischievous little horse would run so fast that he would sometimes believe he could fly. Which, here's the photo for you guys. And the artwork on this is amazing. Spirit grew and grew from a headstrong colt into a powerful stallion. Like his father before him, he became leader of the wild Cimarron herd. How proud I feel, thought Spirit now, as he looked over his herd, guarding them from the mountain top. But Spirit felt a strain of responsibility too. And one dark night, his old curiosity returned. Now what can that be? Wondered the stallion excitingly, as across the dark plain he saw a strange glow like a star. Not sensing danger, Spirit charged away to investigate the light. He arrived at the campfire with strange smelling humans slumbering in its warmth. "Look at that stallion," shouted one of the men as he woke. "Grab him." The rough creatures were wranglers, tamers of cattle and wild horses. They knew just how valuable a fury mustang like Spirit would be in their world. For the first time in his life, the stallion felt agony of a rope around his neck. Spirit fought furiously, but the men dragged and dragged the struggling Mustang far away, across the high plateau. They sold him to a cavalry fort where the soldiers would do all they could to break the wild Mustang, as their tamed horses watched with shame. It's been a while since I've read a book, you guys. I mean, the last book I did read was Jurassic World Dominion. It's been about a year, so it's been a while. The soldiers had tied up another rebellious captive, an American Indian boy named Little Creek. Spirit was the finest horse Little Creek had ever seen, and he was determined to help the Mustang. Little Creek had just managed to cut his own ropes when the colonel of the fort came to mount Spirit. "Didn't I tell you the West would be won?" boosted the proud colonel to his men, "and that any horse can be broken." Not Spirit. He tossed up his great head and buckled so furiously that he hurled the startled colonel down onto the dust. Angry and humiliated, the colonel pointed his pistol at Spirit, but before he could shoot, Little Creek knocked him flying. The boy grabbed onto Spirit, and together they bolted from the fort. As they fled, Spirit kicked down a hitching post and released the cavalry horses. "I'm free," thought Spirit triumphantly, "and I'll never be caught again." As he felt the wind streaking through his mane and saw the plains sweeping before him once more, the stallion galloped so fast that Little Creek could barely hold on. This is actually a pretty cool book. I'm actually enjoying this. Safe beyond the fort, Little Creek's own horse, Rain, appeared, and he sprang onto her instead. Spirit was instantly entranced with the beautiful pinto mare. Suddenly, two more Indian boys roped Spirit, and he was taken to Little Creek's village. He was furious at being caught again, but couldn't help looking around with curiosity. Little Creek tethered the mare and Mustang together, hoping her sweet nature would calm the wild stallion. Rain showed the newcomer the neat tents, blossoming trees, and playful Indian children of the village. But it was Rain's strength and friendship that intrigued Spirit the most. Perhaps, thought Spirit, I have something to learn from this mare. Now that right there is an amazing picture right there. That reminds me so much of the movie. Spirit went everywhere with Rain, but he wouldn't let Little Creek come too close. The boy still wanted to ride the wonderful Mustang, for it was the mark of a man to tame such a creature. He coaxed Spirit with kindness and fresh apples, but still the horse would not let him sit on his back. One day the boy realized he could not keep Spirit any longer. Go, great Mustang, he said, opening the corral gates. No one should ride a horse like you. Spirit charged off to find Rain. He wanted the mare to come home with him. As the horses looked into each other's eyes, Spirit's heart thundered, but he couldn't see that Rain was still held by her love for Little Creek. And in the novelization, it sort of talks about that, like how Rain kind of tells Spirit how she doesn't want to leave Little Creek and how connected they really are together. Suddenly, the ground begins to rumble under their hooves. The cavalry was raiding the village. Together, the horses raced back, but in the confusion, they lost one another. Spirit whined anxiously for Rain as he spotted her. Little Creek was on her back, and the colonel of the fort had his gun aimed at the boy.